Greetings, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. I'm President Bob Caslin, and it's my privilege to welcome you to this honor, tradition, and milestone moment for the class of 2021. Graduates, yours is a landmark achievement, worthy of celebrating and cherishing. I hope you feel a deep sense of pride in all the work you put into earning your degree. And I commend you for the incredible perseverance and resilience you've demonstrated to get here. It's hard to believe that it's been more than a year since our lives transformed overnight in response to COVID-19. Since then, life has looked differently for all of us. Classes and meetings have been conducted virtually, no one leaves home without a mask, and testing is a regular item on our to-do list. As president of the state flagship university, I am proud of the character of our university community, displayed as we rose to meet the challenges of a year unlike any other. We went to class, conducted research, opened new classrooms and labs, and made lasting memories. Together we delivered on our academic and research mission, while keeping campus open and ensuring the safety, health, and well-being of our community. Even during this global health crisis, we were presented with many opportunities, including the opportunity to evaluate our priorities and reflect on what really matters at our university and in our own lives. Most importantly, we learned that when we work together, there is no challenge so great that we cannot overcome it. And as we reflect on what matters, I want to take a moment and ask you to help me acknowledge the many people who got you here today. Never forget the people most responsible for instilling in you the values that define your character, the people who cheered your accomplishments and were there to pick you up when you stumbled, your parents, family, friends, and your loved ones. Remember to thank them today as you celebrate, knowing we would not be here if it wasn't for the impact they have had on your lives. As the father of 3 college graduates, I offer my own thanks to these wonderful supporters and share with you the pride that accompanies this celebration. This past year, you faced your own challenges and you've grown stronger for it. As you begin this next chapter, put into practice the lessons that you have learned and commit yourself to living a life of excellence. But what does a life of excellence actually look like? Excellence is more than earning top grades or getting promoted. It's not about the things you own, how much money you have, or where you live. In fact, excellence is not an end state to be reached, but rather a way of living that you must choose again each and every day. It's a decision to live to the uppermost level of your potential, to act with character and compassion, and to live by a set of values that shape your character. Every choice you make is an opportunity to move closer to excellence, but you must have the discipline to maintain this commitment. As James Clear states in his book, Atomic Habits, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Simply put, it's up to you to determine what kind of person you want to become. To live with excellence, you must have courage to actively push yourself out of your comfort zone, knowing that you will make mistakes. However, these mistakes will enable you to learn and to grow, especially as you begin your careers on the global stage. As you pursue excellence, I encourage you to maintain perspective and remember the many reasons you have to be grateful. Years from now, no one will remember the grade you made on that final exam or the amount in your bank account. Instead, they will remember your character, the values you live by, and how you treated those around you. Things will be forgotten and money will be spent, but people will never forget how you impacted their lives long after you're gone. So cherish this moment and take your lessons learned, your character and your heart with you as you leave here to seek new opportunities. We are so proud of you and we can't wait to see everything that you accomplish next. As graduates of the University of South Carolina, Lancaster, I am confident that your impact will be profound indeed. It's my honor and privilege to officially congratulate you as the newest alumni from the University of South Carolina, Lancaster. And I look forward to welcoming you back home to our university, this time as members of our dedicated alumni family. Congratulations.
Greetings, graduates, family, and friends, I am very pleased to welcome you all to our virtual 2021 commencement exercises. To all of the family, friends, and loved ones of our graduates, we are very pleased that you are able to join this virtual ceremony as we honor our graduating class. Today is the day, graduates, and this celebration belongs to you. And what a challenging time we have had over the past 14 months. You are to be commended for your devotion, perseverance, and dedication to finishing the course. Congratulations, graduates, and best wishes in your future pursuits. This is a proud occasion for all of us at USC Lancaster. As the culminating event of the academic year, the most special day we have on our campus calendar, it provides us with the opportunity to honor our graduates, acknowledge their families, and to celebrate special accomplishments. To our graduates, please accept our sincere congratulations and recognition of your academic accomplishments to this point. We know that you are prepared for your next steps, whether that be more studies, finishing a baccalaureate or graduate degree, that first big job, military service, or some other personal or professional opportunity. I know you all have big plans, and you have come from diverse backgrounds to get to our celebration today. As you take in all of this, I might suggest an expression of gratitude for the parent, the grandparent, the friend, or the professor who gave you that extra bit of encouragement to get you to this point. We are pleased to share that 8 of you are graduating today with an associate degree weeks ahead of finishing the requirements for your high school diploma. Congratulations to each of you. Dual credit programs between USC Lancaster and your respective high schools or homeschool associations have made this a reality for you. USC Lancaster helps students of all ages reach their academic potential. However, students, you didn't get to this point all by yourselves. Please always remember their contributions and the critical roles that our outstanding USC Lancaster faculty members have played in your successes. To our USC Lancaster faculty members, thank you for your dedication to the success of our students. This celebratory event takes much planning and preparation. Sincere thanks for their dedicated work to the USC Lancaster Commencement Committee. Without their work and attention to detail, today's virtual ceremony would not be quite as special. Thanks to all our special guests and friends of USC Lancaster for being with us this afternoon. Graduates, at this time, I am very pleased to introduce your commencement speaker, Dr. Deborah B. Curitan. Dr. Curitan is a native of Lancaster, and she started her collegiate life at USC Lancaster in 1969 after graduating from Barr Street High School. She earned her bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of South Carolina and later completed her PhD at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Dr. Curitan returned to USC Lancaster as a faculty member in 1980 and was eventually named Associate Dean of Academic and Student Affairs, a position she held until 2001. During her time at USC Lancaster, she created the Academic Success Center and collaborated with colleagues to submit the campus's first TRIO grant. The ASC and TRIO programs have become celebrated and integral parts of campus life and critical mechanisms for student support and success. She also helped guide the Black Awareness Student Group. Today, the Educational Foundation of USC Lancaster administers a scholarship named for her and in honor of the devoted mentoring she provided to so many students. In 2001, Dr. Curitan was named Campus Dean and Chief Executive Officer at the University of Wisconsin-Richland. She held that position for 7 years, returned to Lancaster for 1 year, then returned to Wisconsin to serve as acting campus dean. She was named an Outstanding Woman of Color in Education by the University of Wisconsin System in 2010. After retirement, Dr. Curitan returned to Lancaster, where she has enjoyed travel and community service. She is past chair of Family Promise and led the effort to establish an endowed scholarship in USC Lancaster's Educational Foundation when the local chapter of Family Promise dissolved. She chairs the Lancaster County Library Board and the Lancaster Housing Authority Board of Commissioners. She is currently the president of the Educational Foundation of USC Lancaster and also serves on the Downtown Lancaster Revitalization Stakeholders Group. Dr. Curitan's dedication as a faculty member and administrator at USC Lancaster changed this campus for the better. In 2019, she again answered the call at USC Lancaster and served as Interim Associate Dean of Academic and Student Affairs. Her work mentoring students personally and academically has left a deep and positive impact. We are grateful to Dr. Curitan for her devoted service to USC Lancaster, and I am happy to welcome her as your 2021 virtual commencement speaker.
Thank you, Dean Collins of USC Lancaster, Chancellor Susan Elkins of USC Palmetto Colleges, and President Robert Caslin of the University of South Carolina System for the privilege of addressing the graduating class of 2021. As I begin, I want to acknowledge and offer my sincere sympathy to the graduates for which this is a bittersweet moment. Some of you anticipated special people in your lives to be here with you for this celebration. However, the COVID-19 pandemic has been harsh, and some of those loved ones are not here today. However, I believe you carry their spirit inside you, and that spirit is covering you, cheering you on with pride, having always been confident that you would achieve your goal. That spirit finds joy and validation in your myriad accomplishments. You know who they were, and I salute them for encouraging you to be all that you can be. Someone said recently that life has the strange property of being able to renew itself and reassert itself over and over again. You will exemplify that assertion. As Amanda Gorman reminds us, we will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be. When my niece was a youngster, about 6, she came often to my mom's for Sunday dinner. One Sunday, she walked in the kitchen door and she sniffed profusely and she said, "I smell rice." She walked on in, stopped and sniffed again and said, "I smell gravy." She had everyone's attention by then. She sashayed on into the kitchen singing, "I love rice and gravy. I love rice and gravy." So every time now when she comes for dinner, we tease her about that and we have rice and gravy. So I am borrowing a page out of her script. I love USC Lancaster. And when you have been an alumna or an alumnus for 50 plus years, I believe you would tell somebody, "I love USC Lancaster too." Doris Sanders, a black female peach farmer, was an invited speaker here at the campus more than 20 years ago. And she began her speech with these words, "Chance favors a prepared mind." The quote is attributed to Dr. Louis Pasteur, but I encourage you to research the life of this black woman whose family for decades has owned and still works a peach farm in Filbert, South Carolina. From what I have been able to uncover, in her 70s now, she still runs the peach stand. However, in her 50s, she became an author whose novel, Clover, was an award-winning bestseller and was made into a Disney movie. She uses that quote to narrate the story of how she came to be an author. Something happened to her by chance. She recognized it, took advantage of it, and in her 50s, she began an entirely new and different chapter in her life. I believe you will have that kind of experience at some point in your life. Your graduation is testimony that you have prepared minds. Your success in earning, and I do mean earning, this degree is verification of that. It certifies that you embody 3 essential characteristics. You graduate with what I believe are three critical attributes for seizing the chance. You are competent, you are confident, and you are compassionate. Your seal of competence is signed by none other than President Caslen and Governor McMaster on recommendation of a tremendously talented and dedicated faculty and staff who ensured that you acquired the skill set and mental fortitude to accomplish your goals. I know. I was a student here. After earning my doctorate, I worked here for 21 years, then happened to be asked to serve again in a temporary position about a year and a half ago. There are new faces here, new technologies, and new challenges. What has not changed is the commitment of the faculty and staff, drawn from the finest institutions in America, if you did not know that, to help students acquire the highest quality education in their area of expertise. It is what I received as a student here, what I tried to give back as faculty and administrator here, and what I witnessed as I served temporarily as Associate Dean 20 years later. You are competent, you are confident, you are compassionate. You leave here with greater confidence than you had when you enrolled. Most of you expected college to be harder than high school, and it was. Some of you were returning after having stepped out for a few years, and you wondered how you would compete with the younger students. You did as well or better. Here you encountered faculty who specialize in supporting returning adult students. Faculty recognized your strengths and experiences and matched them with their expertise to help you acquire the knowledge and skills to be successful at the tasks set before you. Time management, working in cooperation with others, accepting responsibility. They provided guidance. You achieved the desired outcomes and their seal of approval. You achieved beyond expectation. You contributed to the virtual research conference hosted by USC Lancaster Research Club in numerous ways, through conducting interviews, through presentations about your research, and I believe some of you have even published before receiving your degree. You leave here with confidence, knowing that you know what you know, and you are compassionate. For most of us, this is the most challenging time we have experienced in our lives. People are afraid, people are hurting, people are in need. So what do? You reach out. During the USCL Cares Food Drive, you donated nearly 500 food items to help stop hunger in our communities. More than 25 boxes of food were packaged and delivered to Clinton Elementary School. You did not forget your fellow students either. You kept the USCL Student Food Pantry supplied. You donated nearly 200 gifts to students at local elementary schools as part of the USCL Cares Holiday Campaign. You continue to entertain as you honed your talents. The USC Lancaster players created virtual performances for the public while at the same time earning many awards at the South Carolina Speech and Theater College Festival. In honor of Veterans Day, you made care packages and mailed them to deployed troops. And I haven't counted how you contributed in your churches and community and organizations. That is compassion in action. That is who you are. You have prepared minds. Janetta B. Cole writes, an education that teaches you to understand something about the world has done only half of the assignment. The other half is to teach you to do something about making the world a better place. You have learned to think critically and to communicate effectively. You have practiced the skills and knowledge to behave responsibly and ethically. You have prepared to assume the responsibilities of citizenship in a diverse society. You have acquired the tools to work cooperatively to find solutions to the problems that plague our world. As you continue your education, whether in college or the world of work, refine those tools. When you graduate to become business persons and healthcare professionals, teachers and social workers, attorneys and justice system officials, environmentalists, and politicians, or when you acquire positions that have yet to evolve, remember to give back. You will be leaders in your professions, leaders in your places of worship, and leaders in your communities. You are competent, confident, and compassionate. When chance happens to you, you are prepared to recognize it and seize it. I hope I am allowed to witness what some of you will do with your chance. Congratulations, graduates. Welcome to the University of South Carolina alumni family. We are ecstatic to have you join us. I love USC Lancaster.
It has been a tradition of the President's Office and the Palmetto College campuses for many years to award a scholarship for the forthcoming academic year in recognition of the spring commencement speaker. I am pleased to announce that this year's recipient is Christina Fuentes. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you about this most deserving student. Christina is being awarded her Associate in Science degree during today's ceremony, but will be remaining on campus as she pursues her Bachelor of Science in Nursing through the U of SC Columbia and USC Lancaster Collaborative BSN program. She plans to be a nurse and continue her education with plans to work in surgery or oncology. Christina has been very active on campus, serving as a peer advisor, member of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, USC Student Nurses Association, and the USCL Disability Support Group. She is also an EMS licensed volunteer with the Belltown Fire Department. Faculty and staff at USCL have the highest praise for Christina's approach to her academics and campus life. Dr. Catledge, the BSN Collaborative Program Director, states, Christina is a very conscientious student who is passionate about helping others. She exemplifies what a nursing student should reflect. Ms. Waiters, Director of Student Life, offers, Christina's presence and demeanor is so impactful on the USCL campus and the Lancaster community. Her desire to help others, will to succeed, and countless other traits will make her a sensational nurse. English instructor Kim Covington reflects, Christina was a standout student in English 101. Her essays consistently exceeded expectations by incorporating visuals, including field research, and making practical applications. Finally, Dr. Seipel, Assistant Professor of Philosophy, states, Christina is an excellent student, both articulate and bright. She is a first-generation transfer student who moved to South Carolina during the pandemic and began at USCL in the fall. I know from our class that she has a very powerful story. She was raised in a single-parent household with 4 children and was diagnosed with a serious medical issue at a young age. She was told she would never graduate high school, but is now pursuing her goal of becoming a nurse. Her proud parents, Darla and Matt Smythe, are attending this ceremony virtually today. Christina, on behalf of the University of South Carolina, Palmetto College, the Lancaster campus, and in honor of Dr. Deborah Curitan, it is our pleasure to award you the 2021 Commencement Speakers Scholarship. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. In addition to celebrating our 2021 commencement exercises, today USC Lancaster also presents awards to recognize outstanding academic achievement by our students. Our award winners represent the best of a USCL Lancer. They aspire to academic excellence, lead others by their examples, and serve their communities. Their accomplishments during this pandemic are all the more admirable. It is my pleasure to tell you about them. Each year, USC Lancaster presents an award to the graduating associate degree student with the highest academic average on the greatest number of earned USC hours. Our 2021 award for highest academic average goes to Keshen Shao, graduating today with an associate in business. In the words of two professors, Keshen Shao is the type of student that every professor wants to teach. She's driven to excel and wants to absorb as much knowledge as she can. She will succeed in any endeavor she chooses. I am proud to be her professor, and I know she represents the Lancer community quite well. Another professor says Ms. Shao has the true thirst for knowledge that goes beyond learning basic concepts and principles to seek a deeper understanding of the subject matter. This strong desire to learn, coupled with her exemplary work ethic, has led to her success in the classroom and predicts a very bright future for her. Congratulations, Keshen Shao. The Clara P. Hammond Award is the highest student award given by the USC Lancaster campus. For years, Clara P. Hammond served as editor of the Springs Bulletin and worked closely with Colonel Elliott Springs and served as member of the Lancaster County Commission for Higher Education until her death in 1963. This award is presented by the USCL Scholarship Committee with recommendations from faculty and staff on the basis of exemplary scholarship, leadership, character, and overall contribution to the student body. In addition to a plaque, the student also receives an original sculpture by Lancaster artist Bob Doster. The award this year goes to Kayla Healy. Kayla is seeking a Bachelor of Organizational Leadership degree. One of her professors says this about her. While the circumstances of the past year made it harder than usual for students to stand out, Kayla did anyway. Her demanding course load and high grades didn't stop her from taking a role in USCL's student government, and her presence in the business writing class I taught last fall went a long way toward giving it the feeling of a community that's often missing from an online course. Congratulations, Kayla Healy. USC Lancaster's academic program is comprised of 3 academic divisions: the Humanities Division, the Division of Math, Science, Nursing, and Public Health, and the Division of Business, Behavioral Sciences, Criminal Justice, Education, and Library Science. Each year, the faculty in that division vote to present an Outstanding Achievement Award to a student who's excelled in courses in that particular division. The faculty of the Humanities Division, chaired by Professor David Roberts, has voted to present their 2021 Outstanding Achievement Award to Tony Fisher. Tony is graduating with a major and associate in arts. Tony Fisher is a retired NYPD detective who is able to use his wealth of life experiences in his writing assignments as well as in class discussions. He displays integrity, thoughtfulness, and concern for others inside and outside of the classroom. He's a dependable and capable student. He adapted well to the challenges brought on by the pandemic. As one of his professors puts it, Tony Fisher is the kind of student who makes teaching a pleasure, and I am beyond grateful to have had the chance to work with him in both courses that I teach. Congratulations, Tony Fisher. The faculty of the Division of Math, Science, Nursing, and Public Health, chaired by Dr. Sarah Selhorst, has voted to present their 2021 Outstanding Achievement Award to Jessica McDonald. Jessica is pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. In the words of her professors, Jessica has a strong work ethic and works well in teams. When the class has questions, she's often a spokesperson for the group. She's a very kind and respectful student and will be a wonderful nurse one day. Congratulations, Jessica McDonald. The faculty of the Division of Business, Behavioral Sciences, Criminal Justice, Education, and Library Science is chaired by Professor Philip Parker and has voted to present their 2021 Outstanding Achievement Award to Julia Sevsikova. Julia is an Associate in Science in Business degree recipient. In the words of one of her professors, Julia always comes to class with a very positive attitude, and she has a wonderful personality. She is very intelligent, willing to share ideas with other students, and she leads by example. She is a natural-born leader who will make the Lancaster community proud. Congratulations, Julia Sevsikova. Since 1974, USC Lancaster and York Technical College have shared facilities, faculty, and other resources to provide a collaborative program that leads to the associate degree in nursing. And this afternoon, we'll recognize the accomplishments of some outstanding students from this program. The Academic Achievement Award is given to the ADN student with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year's award winner is Tyler Jackson. Tyler consistently earned grades that were well above average in the challenging nursing curriculum. Tyler has accepted a position in critical care at MUSC Lancaster. Congratulations, Tyler Jackson. Each year, the nursing faculty presents the Nursing Excellence Award to a USC Lancaster Senior Associate Degree nursing student who, in the opinion of the nursing faculty, best demonstrates the attributes of the ideal nursing student. The recipient excels in the clinical area and in relationships with others. This year's award winner is Nicholas Uten. Nicholas Uten is described by faculty as being a stabilizing and positive force in clinicals. His maturity and sincerity set the tone for a positive learning environment for the students and the faculty. Congratulations, Nicholas Uten. The Francine Mannion Award is presented to the ADN student whom fellow classmates consider to be successful in the classroom, the clinical area, and most important, in their relationships with other nursing students. The student should possess a caring attitude toward clients, staff, and their peers. During times when the stress of school seems overwhelming, this student lends a listening ear and serves as a morale booster. This year's award winner is Janie Anderson. As a positive role model for her fellow classmates, Janie is the epitome of the attributes prized in the Mannion Award. Congratulations, Janie Anderson. Since 2007, USCL has partnered with the University of South Carolina's College of Nursing to provide a cooperative program leading to a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing. Students take the first 2 years of academic work, including general education and lower division nursing courses, as USC Lancaster students. And then they matriculate into the upper division as USC Columbia students, but still attend their classes here and do their clinical rotations in our area. It is a wonderful example of the university's philosophy of service to all citizens of this state, utilizing the services of the system and partnering to meet critical needs. 2 students graduating here with their BSNs through USC Columbia today were College of Nursing Award recipients, and we want to take a moment to recognize them. The Outstanding Research and Scholarship Award is given to a Bachelor of Science in Nursing student who consistently contributed to growing their knowledge of research and scholarship in nursing science. This award was presented to Taylor Meadows. Next is the Outstanding Undergraduate Leadership Award. The faculty nominates and awards an outstanding senior BSN student who's consistently been recognized by peers, faculty, and organizations as an excellent leader. The recipient has led an organization or group in an excellent manner and displayed leadership behaviors that contribute both to the profession of nursing and the health of society. This award was presented to Samantha Broom. Today we recognize 45 graduates who are members of USC Lancaster's Opportunity Scholars Program. The OSB program is open to first-generation college students, students with economic challenges, or students with disabilities. OSB scholars receive academic mentoring and support, career counseling, as well as cultural opportunities to ease their transition to college life, enhance their university experience, and promote and encourage the academic success that they and their families proudly celebrate today. It is notable that some of the award winners mentioned earlier are OSP scholars: Keshin Chow, Kayla Healy, Jessica McDonald, Tony Fisher. Congratulations to all the OSP graduate candidates. Today, we celebrate students for their excellence in undergraduate research. Graduate with Leadership Distinction emphasizes student learning within and beyond the classroom. Students who earn this special distinction have engaged in experiential education opportunities related to specific pathways. This year's GLD students are Samantha Broom, Candace Landeris, Taylor Meadows, and Teresa Melton. Undergraduate research graduation cords are sponsored by the USCL Research Club. Students who've completed a minimum of 40 hours of research supervised by a mentor are eligible for this recognition. This year, our research cord recipient is Candace Landeris. Congratulations to these student scholars. Our final award today is the Distinguished Teaching Award, given to a USC Lancaster faculty member. First and foremost, USC Lancaster is a teaching institution. Our faculty engage in amazing scholarship and service, but our primary passion is teaching. It is the tradition at USCL to present an annual award recognizing a Distinguished Teacher of the Year. This award is notable because USC Lancaster students choose the recipient. During the spring student government elections, the students also vote for Teacher of the Year. A finalist is chosen from each academic division, and then those finalists are interviewed by a student committee chaired by the SGA president. I am certain that choosing the award winner is difficult because USC Lancaster is privileged to have so many wonderful faculty members. The recipient this year is Professor Philip Parker. Professor Parker is the chair of the BBCEL division. He is also an instructor of accounting, finance, and insurance. He has a Master of Accountancy degree from the University of South Carolina, and he is a certified public accountant and a certified fraud examiner. In the words of his students, you are guaranteed to learn what you're supposed to in this class. Professor Parker is a great professor and an awesome teacher. He explains the book with real-world experience, which is a huge help in class. Please join me in recognizing this year's Distinguished Teacher of the Year, Professor Philip Parker. Mr. President, the faculty of the University of South Carolina, Lancaster, having examined the students who stand before you, have found them qualified for the degrees indicated. These students are now presented to you with the recommendation of the faculty as worthy candidates for degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in the University of South Carolina by the people of this state, acting through their representatives in the General Assembly, and on the Board of Trustees of this institution, and on the recommendations of the faculty thereof, the university confers upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended, together with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, class of 2021.
University of South Carolina, Lancaster. Recognition of graduates. Associate in Arts. Brianna Lynn Bailey. Jennifer Leanne Bowling. Angel Nicole Brace with honors. Zoe McKenna Bird with high honors. Miss Bird is also receiving an Associate in Science. Kagan Luttrell Chavis with high honors. Carla Maria Crockett. Tony Mario Fisher Sr. Zane Alexander Gross. Kara Alexis Helms. Ms. Helms is also receiving an Associate in Science. Samuel Al Hill. Brittany Nicole Holden. Olivia Marie Ilm. Tyler Blake Johnson. Xavier Damian Johnson II. Christian Addison Keeger with high honors. Joshua Adam Klein with high honors. Ashby Nicole Lambert with honors. Ms. Lambert is also receiving an Associate in Science. Constance Laney with honors. Joseph Alexander Leftwich. Logan Miles McCorkle with highest honors. Teresa Lynn Melton with high honors and leadership distinction in professional and civic engagement. Ms. Melton is also receiving an Associate in Science. Jacob Thomas Moore with honors. Sarah Ashley Moore with honors. Anthony Patrick Morgan, Jr. Mr. Morgan is also receiving an Associate in Science and an Associate in Science in Business. Ashton Lee Neal with high honors. Joshua James Nolan with highest honors. Savannah Induta Omoto. Ms. Omoto is also receiving an Associate in Science. John Keith Parks III. Caitlin Lily Quigg. Mackenzie Lamina Robinson. Shelby Ann Ryberg. Taylor Lee Stoneburner with honors. LaDonye Briosha Talford. Emily Grace Walters. Savannah Cheyenne Weaver. Blake O'Neill Whaley. Cade Jackson Whitley with honors. Associate in Science. Abigail Taylor Alley with highest honors. Alyssa Elizabeth Atmore with high honors. Alexandra Haley Balcom. Michaela Nicole Beecham with highest honors. Catherine Michelle Beatty. Aiden Grant Belk. Ryan McMichael Blackwell. Ashley Helene Bociccio with honors. Chloe Abigail Boone. Thomas Jacob Carroll with high honors. Kaylee Gail Caskey. Emily Victoria Cross with honors. Brittany Joe Elliott. Jason Tyler English. Christina Isabel Fuentes. Karanisa Latifa Harden. Jasmine Cardial Hicks. Peyton Brooke Howell with honors. Madison Elizabeth Jenkins. Dylan Blake Jones. Zachary Jameson Keeger with honors. Andrew Bryce Knight. Savannah Marie Lee. Emma Sajelen Manwaring. Anna Elise Mathis with high honors. Caroline Grace Maxey with honors. Avery Grace McCann with highest honors. Logan James McCullough with highest honors. Jessica Leanne McDonald with high honors. Sierra Nicole McElwain with honors. Jade Ashante Amani McKinney with honors. Sarah Yumki Merritt. Elizabeth Catherine Onisik. Megan Grace Oswald. Jenna Brooke Patterson with honors. Kirsten Elizabeth Ritterizer. Morgan Lee Rollins. Diane Jeanette Roman with high honors. Anna Maria Sanchez. Billy K. Self with high honors. Taylor Renee Sowell. Pamela Stewart with high honors. Ms. Stewart is also receiving an Associate in Science and Business. Alexis Brooke Tasker. Emily Grace Taylor with honors. Ariana Ashanti Walker, with honors. Jessica Mackenzie Williams, with highest honors. Associate in Science and Business, David Tanner Belk. Melissa Jenkins Belk. Paul Danladi Bobai, with high honors. Kenneth Christian Bundy. Austin McLeod Carmichael. Lauren Nicole Conley. Ardeja Demira Kusar. Emma Hart Davis, with high honors. Zachary Michael Dover. Hannah Caitlin Duncan, with honors. Jonathan Lindsay Edenfield. Jessica Elizabeth Falkenberry. Sarah Elizabeth Fortner. Kelsey Nicole Hammond. Jordan Caroline Harrell. Riley Sage Hendricks. Samantha Fawn Hilton. Kobe Blade Johnson. Megan Marie Knight. John Riley Node. Ephraim Krosnov. Catherine Diane Mangano, with high honors. Tristan Corey Miller. Adam Stewart Morrison. Melissa Diane Parker, with honors. Taisha Denise Perry. Ryan Michael Reeves. Taisha Sharika Robinson. Mary Elizabeth Rawlings, with honors. Jordan Wesley Rollins. Jamin Jeffrey Scott. Julia Sevstakova, with high honors. Keishan Shao, with highest honors. Haley Brianne Smith, with honors. Ryan Perrin Sumner. Braden O'Neill White, with honors. Shania Denise Williams. Tristan Allen Williams. Thalia Kamiza Yakub, Associate in Science and Criminal Justice. Chandler Brooke Bundy. Richard Joseph Burnett. Joshua David Cohen, with honors. Patrick John Deason Jr. Chiquita Monique Evans. Victoria Nicole Helms, with high honors. Ivana Marie Kale. Nathan John Klein. Logan James Lambert. Seth Ian Quersey. Caitlin Nicole Ricketts, with honors. Ashley Paige Robinson. Casey Jackson Von Roden, with high honors. Associate in Science and Technical Nursing. Janie Elizabeth Anderson, with honors. Brianna Emery Gamble. Ishmael Omar Henry. Lauren Nicole Ivy. Tyler Scott Jackson, with high honors. Reagan Elizabeth Morton. Nicholas Hunter Uten, with high honors. Brianna Michelle Pierce. Crystal Noel Teed. Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Samantha Nicole Broom, cum laude, with leadership distinction in professional and civic engagement. Marissa Ann Carpintero. Caitlin Elizabeth Clements, Shelby Baldino Dompak, cum laude. Cassandra Lynn Davis. Bailey Mackenzie Deese, cum laude. Emily Ewan Den. Brianna Nicole Funderburk. Alexis Christine Hackworth, cum laude. Casey Morgan Harper. Madison Elaine Cope, magna cum laude. Lydia Brooke Laney. Taylor Lynn Meadows, with leadership distinction in professional and civic engagement. Emily Gail Morton. Summer Rachelle Mungo. Tiffany Elizabeth Plyler. Priscilla Napur Simon, cum laude. Alexis Halen Todd, magna cum laude. Tiffany Irene Watson, cum laude. Bachelor of Arts. Savannah Taylor Adams, organizational leadership, cum laude. Yesenia Alcantara, liberal studies. Drew Tyler Anderson, liberal studies. Caitlin Adele Ayers, liberal studies, cum laude. Jason Evan Bass, organizational leadership. Taylor Michelle Blackman, liberal studies. Blade Shannon Blackman, organizational leadership. Brittany Elizabeth Bowers, liberal studies, cum laude. Brittany Bianca Butler, liberal studies. Antonio Lavares Cherry, liberal studies. Morgan Quinn Quisano, organizational leadership, cum laude. Shaniqua Renee Dowell, liberal studies. Jordan Lee Gaynor, liberal studies, magna cum laude. Sarah Leanne Gardner, liberal studies. Jeremy Curtis Henson, organizational leadership. Cody Brandon Huff, organizational leadership, cum laude. Vanessa Nadine Jackson, liberal studies. Jonathan Alexander Jones, liberal studies, cum laude. Mr. Jones is also receiving an Associate in Arts and Associate in Science with honors. Nicholas Brett Jones, organizational leadership, cum laude. Candace Victoria Landeris, liberal studies, cum laude with leadership distinction in professional and civic engagement. Ms. Landeris is also receiving an Associate in Science with honors. Caitlin Ann Lane, liberal studies, magna cum laude. Shantina Janae Leach, liberal studies, and is also receiving an Associate in Science. Morgan Page Lubajaki, liberal studies. Nisha Nicole Mack, liberal studies. Andrea Kara Marsh, organizational leadership, cum laude. Nathan Thomas Mellenchamp, organizational leadership. Crystal Cherie Melton, liberal studies. Majaka Kane Mentar, liberal studies. Bailey Anna Montgomery, liberal studies. Samantha Grace Onisick, organizational leadership. Chloe Michaela Pepper, liberal studies. Caitlin Brooke Pickle, organizational leadership. Dustin Lane Roberts, liberal studies. Savannah Renee Roberts, liberal studies. Haley Alexis Rowell, organizational leadership. Dylan Michael Shepner, organizational leadership. Lindsay Grace Siegel, liberal studies. Tony Brianna Sheely, liberal studies. Perry Michael Slayton, liberal studies. Michael Cole Smothers, liberal studies, cum laude. Megan Leanne Thomas, liberal studies, cum laude. Emily Taylor Tucker, organizational leadership, magna cum laude.